Not all slow release fertilisers are the same, and if you bear with me, I'll explain why. Most slow release fertilisers on the market are methyleneurea based. Now, methyleneurea is a common form of slow release nitrogen. It's cost effective, but it does have limitations. Now, if you have 10% methyleneurea nitrogen in a bag, that 10% nitrogen can be divided into 3 fractions. A quick release fraction, which is water soluble, which is no more slow release than a standard compound fertiliser. Then there's a middle percentage, which releases slowly over a 12-week period and is broken down by hydrolysis, so basically temperature and moisture. Then there's a third fraction, which breaks down indeterminately over a period of time, and that's sometimes affectionately known as the dead dog. Now, Floranid fertilisers are based around 2 other slow release forms, IBDU and Crotodor. Now, both of these have most of their slow release nitrogen in the middle fraction, so the release over 12 weeks by temperature and hydrolysis, which is exactly the one you want. Typically, about 95% of IBDU and Crotodor nitrogen is released in that period, as opposed to a maximum of 70% with methyleneurea based products. So when you buy a bag of Floranid slow release nitrogen, you know that all of that nitrogen is going to be slow release. When you buy a bag of methyleneurea based nitrogen, only 70% of that nitrogen is going to be released. So essentially, if you went to the bar and they gave you 2/3 of a pint, you wouldn't be happy. And it's the same with Floranid as opposed to some other slow release fertilisers. So when you're talking slow release fertiliser, you really need to be talking Floranid.